back to History Ignited, the podcast where we explore the history behind Billy Joel's song We Didn't Start the Fire. I'm Caroline, and I'm here with Andrew, Amy, and Dave.
Before we begin, it's shout-out time! Happy birthday to my friend Layla. Happy birthday, Layla. You've been a great friend, and I hope this year is going to be very good for you.
Happy birthday, Layla. Today we're talking about someone you might not know, Georgy Malenkov.
Admittedly, I didn't know much about him until working on this podcast, so we are all definitely learning together. Andrew, can you teach me anything about him?
Yeah, sure. Georgy Malenkov was a Soviet politician who became the leader of the Soviet Union for a very short time. After Joseph Stalin died in 1953, he didn't stay in power for long, but his time as leader was still important.
He was born in 1902 and joined the Communist Party when he was young. Over time, he worked his way up and became one of Joseph Stalin's closest advisors.
He was like Stalin.
Well, not exactly. While Stalin was alive, Malenkov worked closely with him and helped implement many of his more harsh policies. After Stalin died, Malenkov became the head of the Soviet Union, but he didn't have the same brutal style. He wanted to make life better for people by focusing on the economy and producing more consumer goods, things like clothes, shoes, and food.
That sounds like a good idea. So why didn't he stay in power?
Because other leaders in the Soviet government didn't agree with him. They wanted the economy to focus on big factories that would create military equipment. One of them was Nikita Khrushchev, who eventually pushed Malenkov out of power. By 1955, Malenkov lost his position as leader.
Did he disappear after that?
Well, kind of. He stayed in the government for a while, but didn't have much power. Eventually, he retired and lived a quiet life. He died in 1988.
Why do you think Billy Joel included Malenkov in the song?
Probably because Malenkov represents a big turning point. After Stalin's death, the Soviet Union began to change. Malenkov's time as leader showed how power struggles shaped the Soviet government during the Cold War.
And it's important to remember how leaders like him fit into history, even if they don't stay in power long.
That's it for today's episode. What do you think about Malenkov's story? Let us know. We might share your thoughts in a future episode. And remember, if you want a birthday shout-out, send us your name and birthday too.
Here's a joke to wrap up today's episode. Why don't skeletons fight each other?
Why?
They don't have any guts to do it.
Nice one, Caroline. Thanks for listening to History Ignited. Don't forget to subscribe and share the podcast with your friends. See you next time.
Bye.
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 Bye, peeps.